Hi there, it's Jenny and welcome to week 31 of my pregnancy. So guys, I'm back home, obviously. I've had a wonderful vacation and I've only been home for a couple of days and I am already just kind of overwhelmed by the amount of stuff I have left to do. And so every day now that I'm not working and I'm home and I can just get stuff done has been chock full of stuff and to-do lists and I've just been trying to slowly check things off my list. I don't really feel that accomplished yet, but I'm sure I'll get there. So that's what's been happening the last couple of days. So on this bump date, let's see, well, I got back from vacation, so I guess we can just talk about what's been going on at home. And my recent OBGYN appointment, which went very well. I hadn't been to the doctor in 3 weeks because I was on vacation. So I went the other day and everything seemed really good with Buddy Boy, which is great to hear. And she said I was measuring really good, so he's growing and getting bigger and stronger, which is exciting. And everything looked great with me. I'm measuring or weighing in now at 133 pounds, which is officially the heaviest I've ever been, and totally cool with it. So that is 26 pounds from when I first got pregnant to where I am today. So nothing too exciting happened at my visit today. I brought up my back pain and that patch of burning skin on my stomach with my doctor, and she wasn't really concerned about either of them, but she really didn't have any recommendations or explanations for either of them. So it didn't really make much of a difference. She was kind of like, oh, that's weird with your skin. I don't really know what that is. So I did some research, and apparently the consensus, according to the internet, seems to be that when you have this burning sensation in the top of your uterus area, your skin, and you can also have it in your boobs and a couple other places, a lot of it has to do with the stretching of the skin, making the nerves underneath them really tender. So I'm actually probably experiencing some nerve pain, which is why it feels like it's burning. It's not just, oh, my skin is itchy or stretchy, it's like burned. And so it doesn't look outwardly burned, but it's because of the nerves underneath, and it's just like this little patch like this. And apparently it's more common than I thought, because I went online and all of these other women on pregnancy forums were like, I have this spot of skin that's burning me. So I'm not alone. Oh, and the little guy is moving right now. Apparently I'm getting very excited about this, and he is very enthusiastic as well. So anyway, that's been that, and my back pain has been a little bit better because since I've been home, I've really not been wearing a bra very much because I'm in my house. So I'm not too worried about that, and not wearing a bra certainly has helped with my back feeling a bit better. But like I said, when I have to wear one and when I'm out doing stuff and driving especially, then my back will hurt. And if I sit, like if I'm on the couch, like sort of reclined for a little bit too long, it'll start to hurt. So I'm just gotta kind of move around, just make sure I stand up and do some other stuff. And then I've been putting a heating pad and an ice pack on it as well, and that's also been helping. So yeah. Otherwise than that, 31 weeks, I'm feeling fantastic at the moment. I'm feeling bigger, like noticeably. I think you could probably tell if you looked at my tummy in the opening shot that it has dropped a little bit. It's definitely a little bit lower than it had been before previously. So, and it's just feeling, like I'm really pregnant now. So I guess it's about time. It took me until 31 weeks to feel like I was actually like okay, now I'm really super pregnant. And I still don't even feel that huge. Like I said, there are times when I still forget that I have my stomach. But anyway, that's basically how I've been feeling this week. So yeah, like I said, there's a lot to do now that I'm back home, and I've just been working on the nursery, which I'm in it right now, and I can't even show you what it looks like behind the camera because it's a mess. And so speaking of the nursery, I wanted to explain to you guys kind of what our plans are, why we're doing what we're doing, and some of that big news that I was talking about last week, which will explain everything. So right now I'm in my guest room, and it's a lovely guest room, but it is going to be converted into the guest room / nursery for when little guy gets here, because I will be staying in the room here with him in the bed, and then he's going to be next to my bed in a pack and play. And so it's kind of like very similar to co-sleeping, where he'll be right next to the bed in the middle of the night. When he needs to be fed, I can just reach in and grab him and feed him and put him back. So it's going to be a really, I think, convenient and easy setup for me. And then I'll also have all of his diaper changing station in here and all of his clothes and things like that. So we're basically going to just share a room is the plan. I would put him in my husband and I's bedroom, but unfortunately my husband, for his job, works sometimes 12-hour shifts, and because he has a lot of responsibility, he needs sleep. It's really important when you do the type of things that he does. So I wanted to facilitate his rest as much as possible, given the fact that we'll have a newborn in the house. So obviously it's not going to be perfect, and there are times when he's going to have to help take care of the baby late at night or whenever he's supposed to be sleeping, because he works nights a lot too. So he understands that. But when he is really zonked out after a 12-hour day and he really needs to get in that room and sleep with no distractions, I can't be in there with the baby. So that is why baby and I are staying in the guest room / nursery. And so the reason we don't have an actual nursery for him, I do have a room that I could turn into a real nursery, but we're not going to do that at the moment, because this room is only going to be temporary. He will only be in it for 2 months at the most, because we are moving. We are moving, and we're moving 2 months after he is born. Yay! So this is what I have been trying to figure out and plan around for the last, I'd say, month or two, since we kind of got the word that this was happening. My husband is being transferred to another military base, and so we're doing a PCS, which is a military move, to this new duty station in the beginning of December. And luckily, the base that we are going to is only 4 hours away from where we are right now in New Mexico. So it's not going to be a huge, crazy across the country move, but it is still a move, and we will have to pack our house up and have the movers come and take all of our stuff, stay in temporary housing until we have a house in the new base, whether we're going to live on base or whether we're going to rent or buy in town. We haven't decided yet. So anyway, there's just a whole lot of stuff there that is causing stress in my life that we have to deal with. But also just, there's no point, I think, in making a huge fancy finished nursery for the baby when he's not going to be in it for more than 2 months. So yeah, so I will have kind of a nursery set up in here. There's still some things that I really want to do. There's definitely some wall decor, and I want to set up his closet and his changing station and the pack and play and all of this stuff, but there's not going to be any crazy painting or things like that. That's something that hopefully I'll get to do in our new house once we get there, when I can actually set up a for reals nursery. So anyway, that is the big news, I guess. Yeah, and you know, as crazy as it is to hear, hey, we know your wife is 7 months pregnant, or you know, when they told him, but you're moving in 5 months. It's gonna be totally fine. We are pros at this. We have moved since we joined the military. Oh, let me think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 7 times. 6 or 7. Anyway, yeah, we move a lot. We move every year to 2 years. So it's just another fun times, awesome, great, good for your relationship type of move, which will be even more fun, I'm sure, with a newborn. So anyway, that is that, and that kind of explains what I'm going to be working on as far as getting the nursery set up, because I'm only going to be doing kind of this half, you know, nursery thing. But it has a couple of challenges of its own, because there's things that I want to get that I'm like, do I even bother getting it before we move, or, you know, or not? And one of those is a crib. As much when you're really pregnant and you're nesting as you want to buy a crib and have it all ready and set up to go with pretty sheets and blankets and all of this stuff, I'm just not gonna do that right now. It would be great, but it's gonna sit unused the entire 2 months, and then it's just gonna be packed up and shipped somewhere else. So there's really no point in getting it, because he's not gonna be in the crib. So we're gonna wait until we move, until I have a new nursery to set up, and then I will be able to get him all the other things that I would like in the nursery after we do that. So yeah, I just can't believe that it's already 31 weeks and there's less than 10 weeks to go, depending on when he decides to show up. Wow, yeah, it's just getting really close. And it just kind of snuck up on me all of a sudden, so now I'm feeling the panic. But I'm gonna try and keep it inside. So, wish me luck. I hope you all are doing well. I hope your babies are doing great. And for those of you preparing to welcome a new baby into your home, how are you feeling about it right now? Are you feeling the crunch? I know I still have a little ways to go, but it's starting to creep up, and I cannot imagine how I will be feeling after 36 weeks when it becomes so much more like a, oh yeah, he could come like anytime now, sort of a situation. So anyway, yeah, thank you so much for watching. That's all for 31 weeks. We'll see you guys back here next week when baby boy will be 32 weeks. And I hope you are all great. Thank you so much for watching. But bye mamas, bye babies. We'll catch you next time. It's Jenny. Welcome. This is my 30-week pregnancy update. So, hey, obviously this is not my normal space. I am recording from my bedroom. Not my real bedroom. Well, kind of. My bedroom at my parents' house in New York.